This battle was cool. I hate to I hate to say it. It wasn't really that good. It wasn't as good as I thought it'd be. DNA versus Danny Myers. First things first. I'm gonna keep this brief. Overall, I felt it was a decent battle. I think they both came with a lot of bars, back to back punches. I feel like Danny Myers, for some reason, just does not get credit on the URL stage. I feel like it's because I was thinking at first it was just mainly big stages, but when he went against Pat Stay, a lot of love. When he went against K Shine, not as much love. I feel like there's something with URL and Danny Myers. I don't get it. He had a lot of dope bars. Danny Myers was similar to how B Dot was earlier, where he was rapping so fast that I couldn't catch everything he was saying. I feel like I know it's been Danny Myers been doing this thing for a while, but it doesn't. It always helps to, I would still say, to adjust a few things. Like Chill Jones. Chill Jones been adjusting a lot of stuff. I feel like with Danny Myers, he just got to slow his pace a little bit and let some of his stuff land. I feel like when Danny Myers lands a bar, he keeps trying to rap over it. He raps over the reactions, and in that venue, you're not gonna get crazy reactions that's gonna force you to stop. You feel me? So the little reactions you get, you let them react a little bit. And I felt like that's what was hurting Danny Myers' performance a little bit. First round, I felt DNA was good. Punches after punches. Couple of Queens related schemes in there. Overall, I felt it was a good round. Danny Myers, I felt it was the same. Both of it was just punches with not enough energy from the crowd behind them. And I felt like they both had a bunch of dope punches throughout the round. I felt like I probably liked Danny Myers stuff a little bit more, so I might edge him round one because I think he probably had better bars that first round. I gotta watch this battle again. Usually it takes me a second watch to really be able to analyze, unless somebody drops a crazy haymaker or the bars are clear. Sometimes when you just rapping bar after bar after bar, it's not easy to catch everything the first go. But I felt like I was liking more of what Danny was saying. Round two comes around, and I think DNA picked it up a little bit. Damn, I just watched this and I forgot the details. But DNA, to me, picked it up a little bit. Oh, man. Yeah. I just remember, to be honest, this battle was not that interesting. That second round to me was debatable. I felt like Danny Myers, I was liking what he was doing till he did one thing that slowed his round down for me. There was this one angle I feel like he went on that just slowed the round down for me a little bit. Um, yeah, man, I'm just running through this. Third round though was dope. I felt like DNA, the first half of his third was dope. He came at Danny Myers with an angle that we've never heard before. That he started by saying that his grandmother took care of him while his parents was on drugs, DNA, and that's how come he understands how it feels to have a parent on drugs. Then he goes to Danny and says, "Your girl is on heroin." So, and then he just started going into that. You feel me? You a terrible dad for not getting your kids away from that and stuff. And one of the haymakers to me was that when he said you give 12K to Rex, but couldn't help your girl with those 12 steps, that was fire. Danny comes back in the third. I felt like this was probably the clearest round because Danny came back. He was rapping. And I felt like Danny had a pretty cool third round though, too, because he was coming at him with how are you a champ when you haven't done this, you haven't done that, how are you a champ, you haven't sparred with Hollow, you haven't battled Mook, you feel me? Um, and there was a couple of other things, him buying a fake belt. He related to this one wrestler that I don't know. There was one thing that Danny said, I think in the second, where he said, um, I'm I'm a champ. He says, you're a champ when you make it to my age and you come out of a wild hood. that shit, he just grazed past that and kept rapping. I feel like regardless of if Danny Myers might not be a Geechee Gotti to be able to have a whole round about being in the gang or whatever, Danny Myers still has a past. I feel like Danny Myers allows people to keep calling him corny and just keep rapping bars when it's like, bro, you got a pass. Use that to your advantage, especially when you're rapping to somebody like, let's say, DNA that you feel doesn't have a past like that. So you bring up your past to counteract them. You're from the West Coast. They say you sold drugs in the past. You grew up a hard life. I even heard Ron Compton say that his dad was a part of a gang. I think it was a Crip gang or something like that. You've got a pass, regardless of if it's something that you might not want to glorify. But this is battle rap. You feel me? Fans receive those things well, especially on the URL. So I feel like Danny should break away from the bars a little bit, take a couple angles. You feel me? Talk about yourself a little bit. DNA to me did very well. His rebuttal in the second round was just straight. You feel me? Danny Myers was trying to rebuttal too. I feel like Danny Myers' second round rebuttal was pretty good too. But overall, I felt like this battle would have been nicer in a small room. I feel like the big room actually hurt a lot of these battles. And this is one of those battles that was hurt, being that it was in the big room. Because punch for punch, this probably could have measured up to Danny Myers versus K Shine, because they both was punching. But in the bigger room, you want more haymakers. It's harder to land some of those punches. So overall, decent battle. The only clear round I got is that third to DNA.